Go, we in.
So, the purpose of this video today is me and my bro. We wanted to get on a call and just kind of go over the way he trades, the way I trade, but just some simple, basic information so that way you guys know, whoever watches this, that is possible for you all around, right? There's different kinds, so we're just going to keep it simple. What I do, what he does, and then let you guys in the future make the decision from there, but also use all the tools and resources, all the education that we provide on the Discord to your advantage to drown out the
Oh
noise.
yeah.
So, my man, so we're going to start off with our background. So, I'm going to let you take the lead on that, your background, what got you into trading. You
Man is busy. Man is busy. Gotta get
What
that
got you
money.
into trading? This still recording, right? Yeah, it's still recording. So what got you into trading? How did you
But
get here to where you're from? You know what I'm saying? Take it away, bro. All you.
yeah, so in my background really it was more like it was business, but it wasn't trading at all. I used to do a business like family business, do Amazon FBA. It was like really good. But things happens, people don't get like along or whatnot, and we had a partnership and it just fell through. And making good money. I was making like 10,000 to 15,000 in a good month, 15K a month, and then like it just it went back to zero. And I had to get a day job or whatnot. But like that sense in me of like the good lifestyle, I already knew existed because I already had it, and like I just lost it, and I was starting to like look for new ways of actually like acquiring, generational wealth. It was always been my plan. But then that was my background, just like FBA, Amazon. And once I came down to zero, I didn't have the capital I had before to be able to do Amazon. So I started looking for ways of like getting back to that point of like making 10,000, $15,000. So I started trying different things. Like I don't know, but I don't know, but everybody tries like drop shipping. I don't know. Everybody tries to do drop shipping for some reason. It just gets to people. I tried drop shipping. I have my real estate license and I still have it, but I don't use it. I tried that different like ways, angles of doing real estate. Um, you need time, you need investment, you need contacts. Like there's other dependents. Like you depend on other things to be able to make that money. And as a matter of fact, thanks God to my man's here, Eriedian. Like we all like I got to like a job and we met at our job and we started brainstorming all together. Me, Eriedian, Dorval, Felix, and then I really knew about trading before I did. And he just, say like, oh, I'm trying to do this day trading thing or like, trading itself. Now we're gonna discuss the different type of trading there is, but yeah, and I just got to look into it, and I saw how big of an opportunity it was compared to like traditional business. Like not even talk about like let's not even talk about like putting like a store, like like buying like a corner store or some shit like that. That's like a huge investment. But like if we're talking about like this new era, like like young people era, like online era, even Amazon FBA that is like online, even like Shopify that's online. You need still a dedication, like like a capital to invest. Like you need information, and like none of that compares to trading, bro. None of that. So that's how I got into trading. You showed me. I researched it on my own. I was hungry, always, and I saw the opportunity compared to the other things. And we're gonna explain that more later in the video. But it's such a difference. Like you don't need like capital. You don't need that much time. You need information. That's one of the biggest thing. But yeah, bro, I'm gonna let it go to you. What how was your starting? Like, where did you hear about this? Like, where did you come from? Like to get into trading? Why were you hungry to get into trading? What led you to it?
Yeah. Well, first of all, before I go there, bro, I'm gonna just let you know you learn this really fast. Like it might not seem fast for you, but watching your growth every time you trade,
I'm
understand.
hungry, bro. I'm hungry.
Yeah, bro, is living proof. I'm gonna start off with this that if you really want it, this is something that you could learn fast. You just gotta dedicate the time to learning, right? And that's what
Yeah.
I'm here for. But so my background really quick, man, I've always been a hustler. I
There
always
you
wanted
go.
to be rich, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Like obviously the goal is to have generational wealth, take care of the family, and freedom. Freedom is the number one goal. Freedom to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, where you want, live life on your terms. That's the biggest goal. And I see trading taking us there, right? So I've only been in the trading space for, let's say, like 8 months, nine
Right.
months. And the first few months was just like learning from different people, paying different people to learn like what they know. And it never made sense, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. It all just looked like another language, like Chinese. I did not understand it. And,
Yeah.
and maybe the beginning of 2025, the beginning of this year, I found Alex G, which is my mentor. And like maybe it was a mix of learning from different people and putting
Yeah.
pieces together and then finding his stuff, or maybe it was
Hmm.
just him just making everything so simple. But like when I found his information at the beginning of 2025, everything just clicked. Like bro just made everything super simple. So that's why I want to take that same strategy and keep things simple so that way the new people that come in that want to learn how to trade, they understand like, yo, this isn't as hard as it seems.
Yeah.
Like it's simple, but it's not easy. You know what I mean? You still have
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
dedicate time. But yeah, these past, well, we're in July now. So like 8 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, whatever, was just me watching videos, taking down notes, literally just notes. And then at one point I was like, yo, I could watch all the videos I want, but until I actually do this myself, like get on the charts, like mess with it, actually like take trades on the app, even if they lost, like I needed to get familiar with everything.
Yep.
I mean, maybe like 2 months, bro. I've probably been doing it for like 2 to 3 months, and I'm seeing results now. So I just had to get out my own way, start actually doing it, and that's what we're here for, is to show you guys how to do it. So, I mean, that was a pretty brief and quick background. The reason I got into trading is because I see other people doing it. I see the results and the lifestyle that
Hmm.
they sell us, and that's where my brain and my mind is heading. So I see this being a vehicle to my freedom so that way I can live life how I want to live.
Yep.
And hopefully by the end of this year, bro, I ain't got to clock in at my job no more.
I feel you. I feel you.
So the second thing I want to talk about is the different type of markets because you got stocks, you got crypto, you got futures, you have forex. So what?
Options.
Yeah,
Some
it's a
some
whole
crazy stuff.
lot. It's a whole lot. So
And
what
yeah,
type of markets you trade? What did you stumble upon first, and what stuck with you? What makes the most sense for you right now?
gotcha. Yeah. So I started with Forex. I started like, well, like when I stumbled upon like trading, it was of course because of you brought it up. And the moment I was doing what was it, real estate, I was investigating, like putting my time, money, and effort into real estate. And you were like, "Yo, I like they trade like trading, itself." And like you kind of like just put like that little thing in my mind. I'm like, "All right, like that's fire. Like let's see what's up." I started an Instagram. I started like following some people that do trading and whatnot. And one of the boys I follow was one of the ones you recommended me, Alex G. And Alex G had like a friend or a partner or whatever at that time, which is Sensei. I don't know his actual name, but like he's calling himself a Sensei. The thing is that this nigga, sorry, this guy is
Are you good? You good?
this guy. He's a Dominican guy, right? So I kind of related to him. Like even though Alex G has like hella bread, like when you're talking about you got two Bugattis plus multiple of those supercars, like let's not even talk about money. But yeah, this guy, even though Alex G had more money, like I related more with Sensei because I one thing I know is that you need to invest in yourself 100% all the time, and like you cannot just like, oh, I don't have money for this. Get the money for this. Like I bought a course. I think it was $700 from the sensei. I started learning what was day trading. Sorry, trading itself. And like I resemble with him because first of all, when I saw Alex G's course, it was like above my budget. And then when I saw Sensei, it was like in my budget. And then like since they were partner, I thought they were like we'll share the same information, whatever. So I was like, okay, let me do this. And the Sensei was talking about situations about like I'm doing this for the poor people, for people that cannot afford this, and like I want you guys to it resembled with me, like, to grow and whatnot. So I got into that. And then in the market that he was showing, it was forex. That's why, all this story to get to here. He was showing how to do forex. He normally does Euro USD, if I'm not mistaken, and he's locked in that. And I started doing that. Um, I started doing paper trading because one of the big things in this industry is that you don't need money to actually learn the skill. Like if you wanted to learn to be a doctor, you need so much money to learn the skill. And this, you don't need the money to learn the skill first. And what's gonna make you the money is the skill. It's not actually like money. Yeah, eventually you're gonna need money. You're gonna pump in money, but the actual like your asset is your brain, you yourself. Like how much do you know about the market? What do you know? And to learn it, you could start with paper trading. And then you told me that, and I was like, let's go, let's get into this. And I started doing paper trading with a Euro USD, and it was like up and down. It wasn't like consistent. I studied the course. Some things make sense, some things didn't make sense. So I was like 50-50 there. And then like I started researching about like trading itself. ChatGPT was a big person like that helped me out in that. Just like threw out so much information. I'm like, I didn't even know this existed. I didn't know like there were different type of trading. I didn't know like you could do there's so much, so much. So I started looking into like prop firms, and how I ended up in the trading I'm doing right now was because my economic situation. So I was like, okay, I need to like I got the skill, right? Like I'm doing this, like pressing buttons, knowing like if it works or that or don't work. I'm trying different type uh like of how can I say it? Of ways of trading. Like they're depending on who you follow, what do you know, you're looking for specific things in the market to be able to take an entry or whatnot. So when I'm doing that, I'm like, I need money somehow to be able to get into a trade. I saw that in order for you to like make big bucks, you need to put big bucks into a trading. So I was like, I don't have that money right now. So how can I actually like use the tools available to me to be able to make big money? And I stumbled upon prop firms. And when I went into prop firms and I saw the forex market in prop firms, it was big money too. I was like, okay. And I mean big money, not like huge, but I was saying that like in order for you to get a funded account of like like not a trial, it's an evaluation for a funded account of $200,000. You need 1,500, 1,000 something. It's around that, you know. And then I'm thinking like I don't have that money to invest in this here. And then that's where what I'm doing got to me. I found this guy called TJR. He's a nut guy. He's like he's in a bag, but he actually makes so much bread. He just like crazy on social media because he's trying to do his own thing, like getting followers or whatever. But he's actually like really profitable. He makes $160,000 in one day, and then he loses the other day $30,000. But the risk to reward ratio, like the profit versus what you're losing, is there for him, and he does future trading. So then I went into like seeing his videos, seeing his free content. He gives a lot of information like for free. And once I saw that he was talking about evaluations and the price of the evaluations of futures, I was like, damn, like I can do $50 for a $50,000 account. I can do $150 for $150,000 account. And if I have the amount of power of $150,000, I have calculated already, like, how would it be the future if I have one of these accounts or the other? With $150,000, risking 1% of the account, you're able to leave your job, and you can do a max allocation, which is the amount of only one company allowing you to have as much as funding that they can. And the one that I'm doing right now, which is Top Step, is $750,000. If you have $750,000 in funding and you like do 1% per trade and you win and lose, three times you win, two times you lose every week, you're able to have in your pocket $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month, and that's a really good income. So I was like, I can do this. This is how I can do it. And like I got into futures because of that. Like I didn't know nothing. Like I didn't know the market. I just knew it was possible for me. And that's why I really started into doing day trading because of TJR, which is that's what he does. He does day trading and a scalping, day trading and scalping, which is in a lower time frame, both of them. Uh, and I got into futures because he does futures as well, and it was cheaper for me to access that market because of my economic situation. I don't know if you guys know, but like, uh, I didn't have a job by the time I was doing trading. Like I was homeless, pretty much. Like not like I was in the streets. I was just bouncing house from house. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have internet in the streets, so you need internet to do trading. But yeah, I was bouncing from like people that were trying to help me, people that because I'm a great person in real life, and people just want to help me because I was always been a good person. So like I was bouncing house from house, and every house there was internet. I have my phone. You only need a phone and internet to do this business, and your mind locked in, locked in. And bro, that was enough for me. I was like, I only have a little money. I have an internet and I have a phone. I can do this. And once I started doing that, everything changed, bro. Everything changed. So that's how I got into day trading, which is my type of trading, and futures, which is the market of my day trading. So in your case, bro, how do you like after you stumbled upon trading, after you found out what was possible, how you picked the market of whatever you're doing, and how you picked the type of trading in the market?
That's fire. First of all, you said a whole lot. You dropped a whole lot of games, so people got to go back and listen to that.
Yeah,
Three
well,
things that I wrote down from what you just said that I think is important for people to understand. And you explained it all, but I just want to recap it. So
no, definitely for sure.
what is
I
paper
love that.
trading? Well, paper trading is just demo. Like he said, like you don't
Yeah,
need a tons amount of money to get your practice in, just get your feet wet. You know what I'm saying? To start actually diving in. So paper trading is this demo. You just like an account gives you, for example, $5,000, $10,000,
hmm,
$100,000. It's fake money. It's paper money. But you're trading with fake money in the real markets. So you're taking fake money, you're going into the real markets, and you're just practicing your trades. So it's one of the best ways for free to get
100%.
practicing. Another thing you said is what is a prop firm? You explained it already, but again, this is one of the things where you don't need too much money to start. Whereas you compare it to other business models like drop shipping or Amazon or whatever, real estate, like you need money to make money, right? So you need little to nothing to start. So a prop firm is exactly what Gene just explained, but let's say I have hella bread, I got a lot of money and somebody that's getting into it doesn't have that much capital yet. So they'll come to me and ask me like, "Hey, can I get $100,000?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you, but you got to pass this test first to show me that you're consistent and you're educated. You know what you're doing." And once you pass that test, whether it's one step or two steps, whether it's multiple phases to it, once I know that you're consistent and you're profitable, then I give you my $100,000. You trade using that account size, and then I split you 80% of the profits. I keep
Yeah.
20%. So I
Yep.
would win-win for both of us, right? And then the last thing that you said that is the biggest gem, bro, is like, what do you need to start? And it's basic, bro. You just need a phone, a laptop, internet.
Bro, I
That's
was homeless.
that's it. As long as you got a laptop or a phone and you got some internet with you,
Yeah,
great. Right. That's all you need. But
100%.
wait, so you said what type of market am I trading and what works for me? So
Yeah.
based off of my schedule, man, obviously we had the same job. That's how we met. I got blessed with a dope ass schedule. Like I work 4 days a week, night shift. So it's 5 p.m. to like 3, 4 in the morning, whatever time I decide to stay till. And then four times or one time out of the month, I'll get 5 days off consistently. But because I work night shift and because I'm not the type of person where I want to be in front of the screen looking at the charts all day long, like that seems boring. So I don't want to do that. So when I found Forex, that's the type of market that I trade, which is just the foreign exchange market. It's just literally money versus money. You're just betting on $1, one currency going up higher than the other currency, or vice versa. You're betting on it going up or down, right? So the way I got into that and the way that stuck out to me is because my schedule, like if I'm at work from 5 p.m. till 4 in the morning, whatever, I don't have that much time to be in front of the screen. So when I was studying Alex G, he literally said that you could take 1 to 2 hours, literally 1 to 2 hours a day to just kind of see if there's any opportunities. And then he said, these are the best times to trade at. So there's two sessions, two time frames that I trade in. One is the London session, which is anywhere from like 12 midnight to like 3, 4 in the morning, which is perfect. That's when I'm at work. So I could look at the charts real quick and then just close it. And then the other session is New York session, which is like 8 in the morning to maybe like 11, 12, 1 p.m. when the sessions are the most volatile or there's the most movement. So I'm like watching his content and I'm like, okay, so I don't have to spend all day in front of the screen. This is perfect, right? And as long as you take the hour, hour and a half, 2 hours to look for opportunities, if you see an opportunity and you see that it's going to play out in New York session or London session, that's when you'll get on. You'll get on, you'll look at the charts, you'll take the trade, and then you just put it away. You let it do its thing. So I trade on the Forex market, which is foreign exchange. And then the style of trading that stuck out to me was swing trading because I could just get in and let it play. Like most traders, I think you yourself, you do it. And then there's a lot of other traders, well, where they sit in front of the screen and then they take the trade and then they let it play out, but they're watching it play out. You know what I'm saying? Like they're in front of the screen. Me
Yeah.
personally, that's like that gives me anxiety, bro. I just want to let the trade do its thing. So
I
I'll
feel
take
you.
a trade and then you can hold it. So a swing trader can hold their trades on a longer time frame. So whether it's 4 hour, whether it's daily, whether it's a couple days or maybe even a couple weeks, that's
Hmm.
swing trading. Like you just get in and you let it do its thing. So I kind of like day trade and swing trade. If I see the potential for the trade to go further into profit, I'll continue holding it and let it play. If I see the trade instantly hit the take profit and I'm like, okay, it's gonna bounce back, then I'll just, 1, 2, 3 hours and then get out. So get in and get out. But yeah,
Nice.
so that actually just led me into the next point, which is what type of trader are you? I know you touched a little bit on it. So you could be
Yeah.
a swing trader, you could be a day trader, you could be an intraday trader, you could be a scalper. So just kind
Hmm.
of based off like what you know right now, what kind of trader are you? And if you can explain that a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, you touched upon it also. Yeah, we talked about like the type of traders we are in, the type of traders we are. You and I, we overlap in day trading, and then you're like in the spectrum of like more bigger time frames, like longer time frame days, weeks, and then we overlap in day trading, which I am on, which is like hours, even like 3 4 hours, a trade you can take that much long. And then I do also scalping, which is like in and out of the trade in like 5 10 minutes because I predicted there was going to be a push or whatever, and I just made a quick 500, a quick 1,000 or whatever. But yeah, so I am a day trader and a scalper. So in day trading, what I normally see is that, or what I normally do is that the type of like life or like analyzation you have to do for day trading is like, so for me, I go into the 9 a.m. session because I have time now in my hands. I have more time than anything. I have the 9 a.m. session, which is the New York session, and then the London session was the 3 a.m. session. So I start my I start my trading in the most volatile or like more volume movements, which is New York and London. There is an Asia session, but if you know about trading and you study a little bit about trading, you would know that Asia session is a little bit low in volume, and you don't want to like wait for hours and hours and hours for a move to be done. So I avoid Asia session all like 100%. And Asia session in USA, it's like the time where it's like the afternoon. So it's like from 5 p.m. to like, or 6 p.m., sorry, to like, I don't know, 2 a.m., 1 a.m. So that time is where I make my life, where I do my life. So since in the day trading, I analyze the chart of like what happened yesterday, before yesterday. I make my guidelines of like where the price is likely to rebound and like make a move. Let's say in that case, support and resistance. Eventually, we'll get into details in part two of this video, but yeah, and I get into 9 a.m. I analyze the chart at 9:30. Volume kicks in. Like I get into like even 8 a.m. just to see the pre-market. It's a pre-market from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. In day trading, and the 9 a.m. The market's already running. 9:30, there's hella volume. So I try to get before 9:30, so the volume that gets in 9:30 hits me, and like my take profit just hits normally at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. The longest I've been in a day trading session in the morning it will be from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. Sorry, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. there is for me like no volume no more. Like if I haven't taken an entry or seen opportunity at 11 a.m. I close my computer, and I don't see the chart until 1 a.m. to analyze what happened in New York session and then go back into it in London session. Same thing with London, but it's a different time. So at 3 a.m. it starts. 3:30 there's there's volume, and then I come out like at 4 or 5 a.m. of the trade, if anything, and that's my day trading. And then my scalping, I do it within the day trading. So like I'm day trading, I'm doing my trades, but now if I see that my day trading trade it's going towards my profit, I'll scalp like a quick two contracts. Like for example, there's patterns that we're also gonna get into that in the part two of this video of this series. But there's patterns where you can that you see in the market as in like bullish engulfing, bearish engulfing, and when my trade's already in profit and day trading, and I see those like signs, those entries, like those re-entries, I scalp like sometimes my scalps even make me more money than my day trading, like because since I know it's already in the run, it's already pushing towards my take profit. I can like, and I see a pattern of confirmation that is going to continue. I lock in again with five contracts, and then I get out the moment it hits 1 to 1. So 1 to 1 is you, let's say you invest or you put at risk $1,000 and then you get back $1,000. Normally in my day trading I invest, well, like say $1,000, and I make $2,000, or I'm trying to make. Sometimes, like everybody knows, we lose. But in case of probability, we make 1 to 2 in day trading, and in scalping, I do 1 to 1. So that's how I trade in terms of the day trading and the scalping, in my case. So for you, bro, in forex, in swing trading, uh, you know what is in swing trading that you look for, that you see, that you like, uh that type of swing trading. What are you doing during the whole process?
Yeah, for sure. So I like that you call this a series and that we can continue this series going. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, 100%.
I think we kind of hit all the notes, bro. To be honest, but
Well,
um,
we
it's
can end it early for sure.
nah for sure. I mean, we got 10 minutes left in the recording, so we could use that. But
Yeah,
in
for sure.
swing trading, I don't know if I emphasize this with the last point, but like, yo, you could literally use this trading for your schedule. Like, if I'm a full-time employee, I have a 9 to 5. Some people, even in the Discord, have two jobs and they still can trade. Once you learn the skill, like, bro, there's no limit to this. You could really do it how you want to do it. But the point I'm trying to get across is if you have a full-time job, you can still make time to trade, right? Even if you
100%.
have, and if you have no job, you have all the freedom in the world, like all the time in the world. 100%, there's no excuses. Like we're both living examples of how there's really
Yeah,
no excuses to learn the skill set. And once you have the skill set developed, like it's really as far as you want to take it. Like some people just want to make a couple, $2,000, $3,000 a month to just have extra money in their pocket.
yeah,
Well, Nye, on the other hand, we trying to scale this to an empire where like freedom comes with it. Like no more jobs, no more bosses, no more staying in traffic. Like, the dream. But like, so different type of trader I talked about. I'm a swing trader and a day trader. So if I see the opportunity to get in and get out, that will be like 1 to maybe 4 hours. That's me just watching the trade while I'm working my shift. By the time I get off, I'm like, okay, I'm in profit, which me and Brandon have created a pretty good like habit of charting it, like marking everything, the opportunity. If we find it, we kind of have a good sense of time. Like, okay, right now we're in, for example, the Asia market. And like you said, the Asia market doesn't have too much volume, too much movement. So we'll watch it all throughout the day. And then by the time it hits 1 a.m., 2 a.m., which is when London session is starting to kick in, then we just really lock in a little bit more. Look for the entry signal, which we'll get into on a part two or whenever we talk a little bit more in depth on trading. We look for our either, if we're going for buys, we look for a bullish engulfing. If we look for sells, we look for a bearish engulfing. But we literally just look for that on the lower time frame, like the 30-minute, the 1 hour, the 2 hour. And once we find it, we enter the trade and then we just let it do its thing. If it goes into stop loss, you know what I'm saying? That's something that I want to talk about in another video is risk to reward. So people understand like, yo, you could lose in this 100%, but you got to be okay with that. That's one thing that I'm sure you learned and I learned as well is risk to reward is probably one of the most important things because you're not going to risk money that you don't want to lose. So you have complete power and control over how much money you put into the market, and that dictates how much you're going to lose and how much you can win. So you know exactly what you're getting into before you pull the trigger, right? So it's
100%.
not like you're gambling. Like people like to look at this and be like, "Oh, you're gambling." Nah, bro. This is all
They don't know. They don't know what they're talking about.
yeah, this is all calculated. Like if you go in there and you just 100% your full account, yeah, now you're gambling. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
even if you're gambling, like it's 50-50, it's even better than gambling, you know? But anyways, forget about it.
100%. But I forgot the question, bro, to be honest. I know I covered that I swing trade or I day trade,
Yeah,
different types of sessions. Like there's times when you want to be in, there's also times when you don't want to be in, right?
yeah.
So you have power over that. What was the other question, bro?
The last question, after swing trading, like what type of trade we do. I don't know. You have the notes. My bad. I didn't put them down.
Now you good. I think the last thing we could go over, because we got like 5 minutes left,
Yeah,
is how much money do you need to start? So I do have a
that's a really good point.
I do have a couple people at work that want to learn. And obviously, like I can do my best, you can do your best to teach them, but at the end of the day,
Yeah,
like you have to dedicate time and energy into watching videos like this or watching the people that we recommend so that way you
yeah,
can start learning the language because trading is a language. Like people in the chat, they're like, yo, I see you talking about this, and this, but like I don't understand anything you're saying. That's part
yeah,
of the game. That's part of the
yeah,
process. I used to be the exact same way. But for Forex, for me at least, you'll always need money to make more money. But you can get
yeah.
started with as low as $50, $100.
100%. Mm-hmm.
$50, you can start trading. Your wins obviously aren't going to be that big, but that's how you get your practice. And
Yes.
one thing that I will say right now that's starting to click for me right now is don't chase profits. Like the profits will come. Chase
Yeah,
account size. So what I mean by
yeah,
that is if your account size is $100 and you stick to a disciplined risk to reward of 2%, your profits and your losses, you're going to know more or less what you're going to lose and win. As your account grows, you're always going to risk the same amount. So
yeah.
you'll gradually see your profits start rising because your
Mm-hmm.
account size is rising. So that's why when you talked about prop firms, it makes sense. Like you want a big account so you could take the exact same trades, but you're making more because you have a bigger
Yeah,
account size.
that's the beauty.
So yeah, bro, you don't need too much. This is why I love this trading shit, man. Like it makes sense to me now. And
100%.
when you win, bro, you're like, yo, everybody needs to know about this.
Yeah,
It's a powerful feeling because you feel like, yo, I'm breaking out the matrix. Like I,
100%.
you know what I'm saying? So you got 3 minutes, bro. Take it away, whatever you want to say.
Nah, bro, like I'm just like seconding you, like same thing. You said it all really. Like account size is what really matters. And for you to start day trading or swing trading, you don't need money like as much as other businesses. Since I go come from my background of like doing Amazon FBA, you need like first of all $40 a month to be able to do the account, and then after that you need to invest in products. If you need 100 products to sell it and make $5 per product, you need to buy 100 products, you know what I'm saying? And like not even counting the hours you need to put into like learning the system, which is everything's like that, and like doing the ungating and whatever. So like that's like a whole nother job. And nowadays it's one of the like best businesses out there to do, literally, but it's a whole nother job. So people that have jobs, that have kids, that have fucking dogs, that are even worse than kids because you need to like they don't take care of themselves. You know, they never grow. They always kids. So people that have that lifestyle, they need like a way out of the matrix, and this is it because paper trading. We talked about that. You can start with $0. What apps do we use for that? We use uh, trading view, right, to be able to like analyze the chart and see what's going on, like see the patterns of the the candles and the candlesticks and all that. We use that's pretty much it. No, we need a MetaTrader if you're trying to like put your real money in there. You need a prop firm, and none of that. It's like money. You don't. There's no cost in that. Like you need education. The most thing you need is education. You get into like YouTube. You get into the perfect like not perfect, but like people that you follow that like does this trading
Have
thing.
millionaires Discord. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna like pump in so much information people don't even gonna need to look at any other way, any other place to be able to do this. So that's all we do. We use TradingView and to be able to analyze the chart and MetaTrader to take paper trading trades and get the information. The information is the most important thing.
Yeah, that's
You don't
true.
need money. And then after that, you can do $100, like you said, bro, and you can do what is it? Prop firms. You put $100, $50, and after that, you get your account. You're good.
Yeah, 100%. So we're gonna call it right there. The next time we get on a
Yes,
video,
sir.
obviously we're gonna get a little bit more in depth, like the brokers, the different type of prop firms. Like we can even open up Trading View and show people how we chart the different markets, how you
100%.
and I'm actually interested in how you chart your markets. But
Yeah, it'll be great for me to learn yours.
yeah, that's it, bro. So if you got, well, not if you got, I know there's value in this. Just rewatch it.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you have any other questions, this is going to be posted. You got Gene in here answering questions. You got myself. And if we can't answer the
We
questions,
available.
other traders in the chat that won't mind sharing the knowledge. And that's what we're here for.
Yo,
Share the knowledge, grow,
100%.
and get our freedom back.
Yes, sir. All
That's
right. Peace
it.
out, guys.
For the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Stop the recording.